I didn't know how to tell you that I just couldn't be married to you anymore.
How could you say that?
It's Lyle, isn't it?
I'm just confused. I need time to think.
What's there to think about? Sonny has the eyes of a poet, the soul of a poet. Hey, you're through with those...
Cheese puffs and a sensitive assistant, both on the verge of collapse. Whatever the problem is, overlook it. My mother did with my marriage. And if you say something smart, I'll slap you silly.
Listen, this is a private moment.
Freed sick.
Well, I'm sorry, girls, but I thought I'd get home before you all left for the hospital. And I would have, too, if I hadn't seen this stunning dress in a department store window and realized instantly how it would accentuate the soft, voluptuous curves of my gorgeous body.
Gorgeous body. Yesterday it was a bag of russet potatoes with earrings.
Do this whether you like it or not.
Oh, I see, Missy. So this is the thanks I get for all those cold nights when you were a baby crying? And I'd have to get up out of bed and grope around in the dark for my slippers and robe, make my way all the way downstairs and scream for the governess.
He's the master of the wheelchair. Just look at the way he takes those corners.
Oh, come on, the guy's got radials.
Excuse me, we were watching something else.
Well, Sophia wants to watch Ironside, and I believe a happy patient is a healthy patient. He's a fine detective, isn't he, Sophia?
Oh, myself.
We have created a poetry-writing citrus farmer who writes letters with a lavender felt pen. And Rose thinks he's the most fascinating creature on earth. Now, what do you think that says?
About Rose?
About the whole bunch of us.
Dorothy, I got a big problem.
The Metamucil.
I'd like to take you out for some cappuccino and salsa dancing.
Maybe some other time.
Hey, I thought we had a deal.
What's he talking about? What kind of deal?
Pussycat, you know how much I love you.
You sold me, didn't you?
I didn't know what to do. I had no budget.
I have to have the professional services of Dr. Escobar. He'll be back from lunch in a little while. Why don't you have a seat? Mr. Thompson, you're next.
Excuse me, Rose, let's go, honey. Ma's waiting out in the car.
I'll only be a minute. Have a seat. I bet it'll be easier than you think.
Yeah, especially now that you have an alternative. If things get too tough at home, you can always come here and live with us.
Well,
Bye, Connie.
bye, honey.
Dorothy,
Bye, love. Bye.
please.
Which makes me wonder who's using the kitty litter. Hello, come in. Oh, Murray, what a snazzy tux. I better not let you out of my sight tonight. That's my daughter, Dorothy, and these are her friends. Well, what do you think?
Ma, this is a rundown old concession stand.
You can't live here.
We're not living here. We leased it.
It took every dime we had. You think you know everything about the opposite sex?
Let the record speak for itself. I have had 143 relationships.
And no convictions.
Dorothy, is this a good champagne?
Gee, it's hard to tell. The 2 for $7 sticker is covering the year of the vintage.
Well, I'm sorry, Dorothy, but the welcoming committee is on a budget. Now hurry up and finish arranging those flowers. Mr. Vaughn's going to be around. Really? Yes. But never mind about that. Let's talk about you. You look like you lost a little weight, sugar.
I have.
You know, at your age, when you lose weight, your skin just hangs there like leaves on a willow.
I haven't lost that much.
The chambermaid. He always had the sign on the door, maid service requested. He slept with everyone. Secretaries, school teachers, babysitters, neighbors, friends. One Easter, we gave our little boy some rabbits. They used to look at Al in amazement.
just had a thought.
Congratulations.
Maybe we should sign Mary up for some natural childbirth classes.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I wish I'd known about them when I was pregnant. I didn't know what to do except scream at Stan never to touch me again and call him every name in the book.
V, when I was watching the new Lassie. You know, that's actually an interesting story. You see, the new Timmy was lost, and the new Lassie was trying to tell the new grandpa where he was. So the new Lassie
Rose,
came in.
did I ever tell you that I cry every Tuesday?
It's all right.
Is everyone all right?
Oh, everyone's fine. We just had a little accident.
Well, we didn't have a little accident. Lily had a little accident.
Blanche, please.
I'm sorry. I guess I'm not used to your stove.
Maybe you shouldn't have been cooking on it, darling. Well, somebody could have gotten hurt.
I said I was sorry. It was an accident.
Calm down, everybody. How did this happen?
I remember. That moron made us promise we'd have our heads frozen and meet 100 years later.
And we did it?
Shy about meeting someone through the personals. Oh, he and I have so much in common. We both love all dairy foods, and we both requested to stand next to Bert Parks in Hands Across America. I think he sounds very nice.
Are you going to go out with him?
Oh, I could never go out with him. That was just an experiment. And forgive me for the way I acted. Winning doesn't mean anything if it means losing your two best friends. Besides, we all bowled well this year. That's why I had all our names engraved on his trophy. In my opinion, we're all winners.
Well, Rose, what a sweet thing to do.
Oh. Whoa.
Well, Mr. DeKimmel, I find your work absolutely riveting.
Well, so do I. I'm just not sure I understand it.
No, of course you don't. If you had any real grasp of color.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but when I was dating, the man used to make all the moves.
How many men have you dated? Now, I know what you meant. Now, I'll tell you, I don't think that's old-fashioned. I think it's kind of nice.
How did you spend your evening?
Parent-teacher meetings. 5 hours of saying things like, well, you...
Awkward with you and Dad not talking.
Oh, now, just a minute. I'm not the one who ran off to Maui with someone half my age and twice my bra size.
You see what I mean? That's why we're getting married in Bahamas.
You are not getting married on an island by a priest wearing clam diggers and a Harry Belafonte shirt. You're going to get married...
Oh, come on, Elise. The whale represents coming to terms with the self-hatred that's in all of us. What do you think?
I was just having a conversation with two people over there, speculating on if you could have any two people in the world, living or dead, to your house for dinner.
Jealous of me. Jealous. J-E-A.
All right.
Besides, Ma, all that studying paid off.
Oh, yeah, paid off. You got knocked up in high school.
Ma, I am 60 years old. Why do you have to bring this up every day of my life?
So it won't happen.
God, where are the paramedics?
I'll go call them again. Rose, you stay with Dorothy.
Dorothy, she'll be fine. I'm sure it isn't a heart attack. A heart attack's bigger. I've seen a heart attack. Charlie had a heart attack.
And it wasn't like this?
Oh, it was much worse.
If only the paramedics would get here.
It's St. Valentine's Day after all. You can pour both of them. I'm not expecting anybody.
It is St. Valentine's Day, lady, not St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I'm not going to drink them both. I'm just celebrating. My husband proposed to me in this very bar on St. Valentine's Day. And after that, we sort of made it a tradition and came back every year. So, since he passed away... Girls, this nightgown is so sheer, I believe you can see right through it. Hello, Fidel.
Hello, Blanche. How are you?
You don't have cataracts, you tell me.
Beat it, you 50-year-old mattress.
As a doornail. Dead. Coffee?
Rose, how can you be so cheery? It's a terrible thing.
Come on, she was 89 and she died in her sleep.
She fell asleep driving the bookmobile.
Ma, I can't believe you lied to me.
Oh, come off it, Dorothy. I've been lying to you all your life. Did you ever get that yellow pony I promised you when you were 6?
You're not taking this accident very seriously.
No one was hurt. Besides, it was the other guy's fault. I have a witness.
Your witness is Mr. Pignoli. He's legally blind.
He'll say what I tell him.
I'm so sorry.
It's Coca-Cola, no? No need to apologize. In Moscow, I stand in line 6 hours.
And however you answer, I'll believe you. Did you tell John Noretti to go away the night of my senior prom because you didn't like the way he was dressed?
Well...
Liar! You knew John showed up that night and you didn't tell me and you didn't.
Well, yeah, you can fake it. I have a good doctor friend who will back you up.
I'm appalled, shocked, disgusted. How much money are we talking about?
A couple of $100,000 at least.
A couple of $100,000? Plant food. It still doesn't feel right. Let me tell you a story. Picture it. Sardinia, 1932.
I thought these stories of yours always took place in Sicily.
Can a person go away for the weekend? 2 people in it.
Ma, please. If not, I'm going to spend my entire vacation worrying about you.
Dorothy, I'll be fine. Besides, it'll be nice to have the house to myself. I can vacuum in the nude. Now get out of here. Take care, Sophia.
Honey, I'll call you the minute I get to the hotel.
Patience, Madam President.
Blanche, why did you say that? You didn't really sleep with Elvis Presley.
Dorothy, back where I come from, there were a lot of hillbilly boys with mutton chop sideburns named Elvis. The light was bad in the bayou. It could have happened.
Blanche, you never slept with Elvis Presley.
This is my seat. You're sitting in my seat.
Excuse me, I didn't know your 80-year-old butt was so sensitive.
I sit in this seat every day. You got no right sitting in my seat.
Relax, I'm moving.
You're always doing this kind of thing. You're never thinking about anybody but yourself.
What are you talking about?
Hi, Rose. How's it going?
Hi, Blanche.
God, I hate morning people.
Ever since I've been a candy striper, I've been giving all my patients the traditional St. Olaf Fun Pack. Each one has a pack of gum, a bar of soap, and sock puppets.
You'll think about next week, Rose.
I will, Arnie.
Talk to you soon.
Well, it looks like you and Arnie are getting pretty serious.
Martha, you're from Atlanta.
Well, that's right.
That child over there is trying to steal my daddy away. She's no better than a tick on a slow-moving hound dog.
Why is everyone around here talking like Burl Ives? I'll get it.
Atlanta must be a lovely city. Have they really...
Me too, Sophia, because
I said quiet.
Girls, you will never believe what happened to me at the supermarket yesterday.
You were in a real hurry, and you needed to go through the express line, but you had 25 items. So you went...
Please, don't close the door on the rest of our lives. I love you, Dorothy. Took me a while to realize I always have.
Hard before answering. Am I ugly?
Yes.
I mean, I've always thought of myself as ravishing, but is something changing? Is there all of a sudden certain humiliation? And why?
Thanks, Blanche. I get the point.
No, I mean it, Dorothy. Why? Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Honey, what's wrong?
Oh, I just spent the afternoon with Al.
What happened?
Nothing. Lately, all he wants to do is sit around the house and watch television.
You know that...
Oh, that's too bad.
Tragic.
Terrible.
But there's hope.
What?
There's really nothing wrong with Baby, physically.
He has a mental problem.
4 grown women decide to live with a pig, and he's the one with a mental problem.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a
that kitchen table, and it would have been altogether different had he been there. But to this day, there are people who see the pilot for the first time and say, was it because he was gay? So I always say he wasn't gay. Well, it gets into very complicated stuff, you know. And then along came Brokeback.
He was 12 when he stopped. He wanted to come home from school at lunchtime. I got nothing left up here.
Oh, Mom.
Well, she's gone.
That's...
Just went up. I'll get back to you within 48 hours.
What's going on? Where did she take Fernando?
She took him home, Rose.
Rosie, honey, Fernando doesn't exactly belong to you anymore. Well, I kind of gave him to Daisy by mistake.
Make me blue.
Well, give me my money.
Look, I'm sorry we fought the way we did, but this work for senior health care is very important to me, and I was hoping it would be to you, too.
Well, it wasn't, but it is now.
It is.
How could I help it? After I looked through the paperwork, I realized...
The sword swallower.
And I think I have a grip on this.
I guess at our age, we do a lot of wishful thinking.
We did come close, though.
If the circus is ever in town, I'll leave the tent flap open for you.
Most important man in my life. But as much as I cared about him, I can't help but care about you, too. You're like a sister to me, and I can't throw that away. So, I forgive you for being a moralless, emotionally needy...
That's how it's really done.
It's going to be a long afternoon.
This is so depressing. We haven't had a customer...
Now, we realize that the hospital has rules, and you have to try to uphold those rules, but you have to realize that this is a very special case. So I'm going to quote from the Bible just to show you how determined we really are. Now, the good book says,
Back in Minnesota, we'd settle this kind of a dispute with some good-natured log rolling.
Sorry, Rose, my log is in the shop. What do we do now? Toss a coin?
Okay.
All right.
I'll take tails.
Okay. Tails. You win.
Tonight at 7.
Tonight at 7, Mildred.
Good afternoon.
I thought he belonged to the other one.
Well, I'm sure Rose won't mind one bit.
He's a man. It's not like sharing a yogurt.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Honey, did Barry call?
Not that I know of.
Oh, we're supposed to go out again.
Oh, sounds like lunch went well.
All right. We're all in.
Fine. Welcome to the George Bush era. Me, me, me.
Boom, 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 Mr. Simon, bring me a dream. Make him the cutest that I've ever seen. Give him 2 lips like roses and clover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over.
I'm sorry.
I thought you'd be happy.
You want me to be happy? Help me put away the dishes.
You still angry with me?
I was never really angry. I was worried.
am not interested. Good luck in therapy.
Dorothy, I don't think you quite get it.
I get it perfectly. You're going to therapy to try to win me back. And I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. Not to mention $100 an hour.
110, Dorothy. This guy's got the little beard and everything. Dr. Halpin's working with me on something called...
Front is the first step back. I think Bertram Russell said that. Or was it Nipsey Russell? I get them confused. They're both so witty.
You're right, Grandma. I'm not fine. He really hurt me. I feel so alone.
Honey, you are not alone. You have your family with you. And your grandma and your... He wanted me to give the ring back.
You're a horrible little person.
Come on, like you never pretended to be possessed by somebody's dead husband for a couple of laughs.
Sorry for the interruptions, but I think every 80-year-old in the city has gone berserk.
Hey, what can you say? There were some sick people out there. By the way, will my monkey be okay on my lap, or should I get a chair?
I have a place for your monkeys. Ma, wait a minute. Ma, did you let Billy play?
Billy.
Little boy, brown hair.
She knows who he is.
He played a little.
Ma, that was illegal.
Was. I gave him a sandwich so he'd make weight. Unfortunately, on the first play, it gave him a cramp and he had to sit out. But they won it without him.
Please, just do it. Please. Please. Pretty please.
Oh, all right. Don't beg. You sound just like your Uncle Carmine after he'd been away on a goat drive.
So you're not going to tell us what happened?
Nope. Well, Sophia, that's your choice, but I think you're making a mistake.
The tomato sauce is like me, hot and spicy. And the mozzarella is like our love. It stretches, but it never breaks.
Ma, that's lovely, but I don't see what luck had to do with it.
You were conceived that night, Dorothy.
Ma.
What's lucky is your father never... The good people in that town saved and sacrificed so that Peter and Mattie could have 1 weekend of fun before his operation.
He looks fine.
Oh, tell him that. Look, call me crazy. I don't see anything wrong with...
Man.
Yeah, but you're so successful.
I'm also 60, and I'm miserable. Oh, I went to law school so I could fight for the little guy. Now I'm fighting for multinational corporations. I'm so frazzled I find myself sneaking into the washroom to make balloon giraffes.
Mama, do you remember that Mother's Day that I almost ruined when I ran off to get married? No? Sure you do, honey. Don't you know I was a senior in high school? And I was madly in love with Deck Bovinglow. We've been dating...
What a meal, Rose, and what a deal, Rose. Uncle Cox tastes just like chicken all-you-can-eat buffet.
You love your early bird specials.
You bet, especially when they forget to collect the coupon. Come on, Rose.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but notice you took several of my tasty, delicious Lutefisk puffs, and you've hardly touched them.
I just don't care for them.
Dorothy's Bornak, you're in big trouble.
What? What did I do?
You lied to me, that's what you did. I was going through your purse and look at what I found. Betting slips. You went to the track again. How could you, Dorothy? I've spent the best years of my life...
Well, it's the jungle cat in me. I try to keep it carefully hidden, of course.
Oh, my God, now she's with the other boyfriend. It's like living with Cher.
Dorothy! Happy birthday, Ma.
Ah, shut up.
You're welcome. What are you doing? You're going to be late for your birthday party at Guido. Stan's in the car waiting.
I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not?
Thank you. You know, I can see why your friend got disillusioned, but I don't see why he withdrew for 22 years.
Oh, I can. It happened to me. When Stanley walked out, I was so devastated I locked myself in my bedroom. It was the one place that didn't remind me of Stan.
That lighthearted laughter, that devil-may-care attitude.
Sophia, when was Dorothy ever like that?
Never. I've been asking her these questions since she's 12.
Dorothy, you can't help it if you're dull and boring. God did that to give the world some variety. Otherwise, everybody'd be just like me. Yeah, but at least Dorothy's pregnancy was an accident. My daughter did it on purpose. Anne went to a sperm bank. A sperm bank. Just the very idea of a bank having sperm.
At least the government didn't have to bail them out.
Well, oh, that, New Year's Eve.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I remember. You and Dorothy were in New York, and I had planned to spend the evening alone. Of course, that was before Blanche brought those two brothers home from the Rusty Anchor. How could you do this to me, Blanche? You knew I wanted to spend tonight alone.
Rose, nobody who says they want to be alone on New Year's Eve. My second cousin Arlen did it.
I think we'd better try another question.
I am exhausted. I went to at least a dozen ticket brokers today. They all told me the only way I'm going to get tickets is to go to a scalper. Unbelievable, but please go along with it, okay? I mean, do it for me.
If it means that much to you, pussycat, you got it.
Oh, thanks. Now remember, not a word.
So what's all this crap about you putting a curse on my door?
Attention.
Sure, I got attention. But only because you were the strongest, the smartest, and you could take care of yourself, which Ma constantly pointed out, in English and Italian.
Ma said this about me.
Think back, Dorothy. When we were kids, and Ma and Pop were working.
It's remarkable to watch him make a veal and pepper hero.
Ma, you are trying to muscle in on a guy named Johnny No Thumbs? Are you crazy? He's probably connected with the mob.
Relax. If they were his friends, he'd still have his thumbs.
He's a very sweet man. Although the first time he waved hello, Sophia missed...
You are not going anywhere. Dr. Clayton is coming.
Dr. Silvano was my doctor.
Dr. Silvano is dead.
Trust me, I'm in better shape than he is. Goodbye.
Ma, you have to have an examination. Now, your blood pressure is up. You're tired. You have absolutely no color.
I'm an old white woman. I'm not supposed to have color.
You staying with us, Sophia?
Unless there's a bidding war with the neighbors.
Well, even if we lose, at least I'll be close by.
Don't worry. There won't be any trouble. They'll all stay in my room.
Oh, Ma, 3 people in one bed? What'll the Boscos say?
If you're throwing a goat, they'll say, this is done this before. By the way, we'll be staying with you until the business gets off the ground.
Well, what happens if the business fails?
We'll have to talk about a nightlight for the bathroom.
Has a sense of humor, too.
Okay. Boy, I bet we're both relieved Mrs. Contini did such a great job matching us up. I'll have to thank her in the morning.
Wait, can we back that up a second? Who is Mrs. Contini? What do you mean matching us?
And always chicken out.
I know, Blanche. I mean, she'd be upset, but not for long. And just think how it would help you two in the long run.
But how do I keep from chickening out?
By telling her. Tonight, while you've still got your dander up. I'm sorry. What's wrong with you? But that's over. Just because we're sisters doesn't mean we have to be friends. I'd like to be someday, but you're going to have to make the first move. Goodbye, Holly.
Even when I did make it hard on you. I know I haven't always given much back, honey. I was always so worried about me. I couldn't even come and see you when you needed me before you died, because I was all caught up in that old silly ball.
There is no... I'm gonna do it.
Oh, come on, Ma, you can't be serious.
Sarah is dying. It's terrible, but I can't change that. And I really care for Marvin. And if we can all be happy together and not be alone, what's wrong with that? In the future, a simple, none of your business, Sophia, will suffice.
Tell me honestly, Blanche, do you have any reason to believe that Laszlo might be interested in you?
Well, just the fact that on numerous occasions he has referred to me as his greatest artistic inspiration ever, bar none.
Me? I'm not patronizing you. I'm mocking you. Look, Ma, if there is a hurricane coming, it's not going to get here for a while, so come on. Sit down and relax.
Okay. I'm glad we have this quiet time before the storm hits, because there's something I'd like to tell you.
Oh, thanks, Blanche.
Sophia, you feeling a little better?
Oh, my God!
I'm not dead, I'm resting.
Of course you're not dead.
Not yet.
Oh, Ma.
Don't, Mommy. Listen. Before you know it, I could be gone, and we won't have said some important stuff.
That was a good one, sir. And this is Sophia Petrillo.
Well, thank you for letting me visit your home.
You know, where I come from, when you visit somebody, you bring a little something. A marble cake would have been nice.
Sophia!
What?
This is the President of the United
States.
Well, after commenting that I am the most spectacular specimen of the female anatomy he has seen since Miss Julie Newmar, he said I have a back problem.
Thank God you went to a specialist.
He said no physical activity for a week. I have to wear a corset and stay on my back with my legs elevated.
That's the same thing you did last Saturday. I mean, what you wanted to be.
Yeah. I wanted to go to college and be a school teacher. Pop wanted me to be a cosmetician in a funeral parlor.
He always liked looking at dead people. Yeah. Dead people in the Dodgers. That was it for him in the good time department.
You found an apartment?
Yeah, I went down to the Senior Citizen Center this morning for the early bird special. You know, decaf coffee, sodium-free bacon, and a chest x-ray. On the bulletin board, I saw some advertisements for roommates. So I picked out a few places, and I found one I liked.
But isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, my new roommate will be here in
This is too funny. Blanche!
Stevie? What happened to you?
Blanche, honey, what's happened to me is the most
Oh, boy, problems. My mother wanted me to be a priest, but no, I had to pursue the flashy world of academics. Sit down.
Thank you. Dean Tucker, my name is Blanche Devereaux, and I have something extremely important to discuss with you.
Could this wait till next?
If you spend one more night like this, you come in with me to the Rusty Anchor.
Blanche, I told you, I am so uncomfortable with strangers.
Now, don't blame yourself. They're just as uncomfortable with you. It all stems from your low self-esteem.
What are you talking about?
Dorothy, if you felt better about yourself, you'd want to get out and do it.
How long have they been gone?
Over 4 hours.
You don't think anything happened to them?
No. I think they probably just stopped to rest.
Yeah, or maybe they're looking for something to carry the water.
Don't worry, girls. The audience had a real good time, and they got their money back on top of it.
That's not what we're talking about, you titmouse. We were talking about how humiliated we all were by Patrick.
Oh, you're right. I feel so calm and so...
I'm dancing as fast as I can, Dorothy. Hey, I did a dumb thing and I feel terrible. What else do you want me to say?
At least it was a start. You can also tell me again how everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine. All the kid has to do is step into that ring tomorrow, and we'll make our money back.
Oh, darling. Disgrace yourself, all your family. I absolutely forbid you to go on with this foolishness 1 minute longer.
You forbid, Big Daddy? You're the one who's gone crazy, girl. I'm sorry you had to witness this spectacle, ladies. My apologies.
Oh, Big Dad, away.
Again, it was exactly what I used to watch and like so much.
But Jay Sandrich told me, I don't want to hear a Southern accent. And I said, but Susan Harris wrote this character to be more Blanche than Blanche Dubois. And he said, well, I don't want to hear a Southern accent. So I tried doing it with kind of a...
No, thank you. Now, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Joe, I need a price check on some condoms. These three ladies here want a couple of boxes of the King George prophylactics.
It's 9 o'clock in the morning. You're eating a bowl of pasta?
No, I'm eating a bowl of Nabisco Zitios. Of course I'm eating pasta. I need to gain weight. I'm wasting away, Dorothy.
What do you mean?
I got weighed this morning. I couldn't believe what I saw. 98 pounds.
What do you usually do?
You wear black, they think you're depressed. You wear red, they think you're angry.
You're wearing negligee, they think you want to sleep with them.
Why aren't you arrested more? Anyway, Dr. Halpern is really working wonderful.
You see, I've always wanted a tiara. I mean, ever since I was a little girl back in St. Olaf. I mean, every year I'd blow out my birthday candles and wish for one. And every year I'd get a freshly carved pair of wooden shoes. Except for Eddie. I guess if you're going to relate to a child, it helps to have the mind of a child.
Blanche, where would you get a crazy idea like that?
The pearl.
Neither. I'm going to spray paint it on my hump.
You see, Blanche, you don't know any more than I do. I've decided I'm going to run for fashion show chairman.
Well, you're just wasting your time. Who on that fashion committee is going to vote for you? I'm going to win.
Well, I don't see how that's possible. Everybody... Oh, I just don't believe I'm about to see Jamie again. Last time I saw him was at George's funeral. Of course, I didn't look all that good. Red is such a bad color on me. You wore red to George's funeral?
Didn't give me Dr. Myron Rosenzweig will. Oh, that man is the Picasso of plastic surgeons.
Well, just be sure he doesn't attach one of them to your forehead.
Hello, what's shaking?
Blanche's breasts. That's why she's going
Try to pretend you don't notice his hands caressing your calf as he tries to keep his mind on shoes, but all the time he's thinking, dare I peek? Dare I look more? Dare I look where no eyes have looked before? I know, because I've met him. You just thank your lucky stars Rose Nyland is not one of those women.
I never looked at it that way.
Besides, after you get to know Rose, why, you... Oh, why spoil the surprise?
Spill the beans, I'll give you my most prized possession.
Oh, no, Rose, I couldn't do that. I couldn't accept your favorite album, Hans Klebner Meyer Yodel's Beethoven. No, thank you anyway, Rose. Actually, I am going to tell you what I'm getting Ma because I need your help. Wait.
I just haven't found a thing today. I don't look right in American clothes. I have a more European body.
Oh, in Europe, do they all have big butts, too?
You are getting married in the Bahamas?
This is fabulous. I always wanted to go to the Bahamas. Now, where the hell are my culottes?
Oh, Kate, honey, I have always dreamed of giving you a wedding ever since I had your overbite fix.
Mom, don't you think we'll be a little... At our annual talent show, right after the herring juggling act.
You mean to tell me that somebody actually juggled herring?
No! It was the herring who did the juggling. Tiny little Ginsu knives. really very dangerous. I mean, one fault. They fired that gray-haired baker who refused to wear a net.
Well, let's slice this baby up and see if we can solve our Sophia problem. Here, darling.
Oh, do you know how many problems we have solved over a cheesecake at this kitchen table?
No, Dorothy, exactly how many?
147. Rose, are you all right?
Never better. Why do you ask?
Well, maybe because yesterday you acted like a crazy person.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I was a little on edge. Don't worry, it won't happen again.
Rose, what are those pills for?
The doctor, but you know how much I want to be with Oreo, but... Aurora, Mama, Aurora. No, I just have such a block against that name. Rebecca.
You promised if I moved to Miami, you'd help me out, and I really need this job. Oh. You have a good time with Grandma.
Rebecca, will you Good morning, Dorothy.
Good morning, Blanche. Blanche, have you seen Jean?
No.
I wonder where she could be.
Didn't you say where she was going when you all got up this morning?
She never came to bed.
Maybe she stayed in Sophia's room.
Ma, did Jean...
President.
Oh, well, I'm a member of the Sierra Club, and Blanche belongs to the Daughters of the Confederacy.
And I'm a member of the Otto Club of St. Olaf. Well, actually, I'm an honorary member. My name's not Otto.
I don't think that group could be considered subversive.
Subversive?
I got you, babe. Babe. Blanche, is there something I can get you?
No, thanks.
Oh, happy about it. Didn't you like her?
Oh, I adored her. She was like another mother to me. In fact, she was the only friend I had. I was a lonely child. My sisters refused to play with me because I was so beautiful. Do you know what that's like? No, of course you don't.
Okay, Rose, what is it?
It's about Jean.
What about Jean?
Well, I don't want to shock you, Dorothy, but Jean...
I know. Jean is gay.
You know already? Well, what about Blanche?
No, Blanche is not gay.
I don't mean that. I mean, she knows.
She says that.
Rose, do something.
Sold! Sorry, Dorothy, that's $500 for the Children's Hospital. I guess dreams really can come true.
It's after midnight.
Sophia and I are going into business.
How did she talk you into this, Rose?
Oh, Sophia didn't talk me into it. As she said, if I had half a brain, I'd have thought of it myself. Besides, it'll be fun, Dorothy. Just like when I was a little girl and sold Belgian waffles alongside the road.
You?
Oh, a person cannot open a letter anymore without being accosted by some vile, disgusting thing. I thought it was against the law to send filth like this through the mail.
Oh, no. What is it, Blanche?
A letter from the IRS.
You're not telling us?
Oh, all right. I twisted my arm. Girls, Laszlo's asked me to pose for one of his sculptures.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. Look here. He gave me the key to his building. Oh. I have my first session with him tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah, well, he says he's always wanted to do a piece on the mature woman, and he thinks I'm just perfect. Come back here.
Well, I see you're right at home in a private jet.
Oh, well, I always try to take a private jet whenever I jet.
And here I thought I was impressing.
But what doesn't?
Cake's done. 45 minutes.
Gee, I wonder why Ma isn't back from the market yet.
Oh, she probably stopped to rest on a bench, poor thing.
Oh, honey, her problem is not physical. She could do a lot more if she would do with this.
It has everything to do with this. In the 25 years I have on you, I've learned something. I just wish I could remember what it is. Oh, yeah, I got it. It's not whether you agree or disagree with somebody. It's whether you can be there for that person when they need you,
Sophia, I can't believe you're doing this.
Me keep my room, and I have an interview with McDonald's today. If I can see over the counter, I'm their new fry girl.
Rose, what happened?
My brakes went out, and the car wouldn't stop.
Oh.
My whole life flashed before my eyes, and the Neuterflocken twins played a big... Good morning, Sophia. What are you doing?
I'm levitating, Rose. Get lost. Come back here. You didn't deserve that. You're a good kid. Actually, he's just legally blind. It's Mr. Pagnoli. He's good looking, he's a lot of laughs, and he can't see his own hand in front of his face. He's happy just as long as I brush my teeth.
Sophia, if you needed a ride, we'd be happy to give you a lift.
You want to make me happy? Get rid of
I hear B.B. King does that when he's tired of singing the blues. Honey, why don't you sit down? I'll give you some nice lemonade.
Thanks, Dorothy. Something weird is going on around here, Dorothy.
Don't be silly. You're just having a little bad luck.
Use a little.
Well, I'd be happy to.
Well, that is great. We'll start tomorrow.
Oh, no, I'm doing a TV show tomorrow morning.
TV show? Well, I'm impressed.
Well, no, it's just a little old local show, but they're anxious to get my views on women's issues.
Charlie, lunch is ready.
Hi. Did your mommy make up yet?
No, not yet. Oh, but we will. You rude person.
Go easy on him, Rose.
Ladies, as long as we're stuck with each other, let me give you a piece of friendly advice. Buzz off.
Feed it.
Yeah, scram.
It is beautiful. I never saw a more perfect piece of fruit.
No? Then try kissing my behind. It's a real peach.
Sophia. That was a lovely lunch, Blanche. A lovely lunch in a lovely house with your lovely friends.
Stop making fun of me, Virginia.
Making fun of you, honey. I was complimenting you.
I heard the way you said lovely.
How did I say lovely?
Oh, you know very well how you said lovely. You said lovely the same...
Hey, that remedy's been in our family for generations.
And it always works?
Always. Of course, I never saw anyone eat it before. Usually, you just throw a glop on the vaporizer.
Oh, Rose.
Good night, pussycat.
You came.
I said I would.
Come in. Come in and sit down. I have something to show.
We've all been there. I remember the time Stan and I went on that weight loss through sex diet. The idea being every time you felt hungry, you would substitute food with some sexual activity.
Did it work?
I gained 18 pounds.
What are ex-husbands for?
Property at the time.
Don't listen to Blanche.
All right, it was his bathtub, and we were blowing suds off of each other when she walked in.
Blanche, what is the point of this story?
Point? Oh, there's no point. I just like telling it.
Doing with your retirement?
Well, Monday, I'm going to sleep late.
What's after Monday?
Tuesday.
Basically, I'm ready for anything. Today is the first day of the second half of my life.
Oh, I gotta run. I'll see you tonight.
Bottle of your best champagne.
Did you hear that? Last time I had champagne, Miles and I crashed a bar mitzvah. By the way, Blanche, you have a large tuchus.
That better mean bosom.
Ladies, I think a toast is in order. Here's to the woman of the hour. A woman whose grace and kindness and warmth and concern for others is an inspiration to us all. Here's to Blanche.
And he's mad at her. Think what he's going to say about me. I'm sorry, I think I got my verbs mixed up.
Thanks a lot, lady. So what do you want?
I would like to pawn a few things.
Oh, you got a lot of things here.
Yeah. So, how much will you give me?
$100 for everything.
Oh.
But wait a minute. I'm pregnant.
Rose! Play nice, girls.
Oh, Sophia. She fainted.
Exception, Harry. I didn't mean you. So do you think I'm crazy too?
Dorothy, I think you're very sane. Just because a doctor hasn't found something doesn't mean there isn't something there.
Are you serious? Well, how come you know that and they don't?
First of all, dear, I know you. You're a stable person, and if you say you're sick, you...
It's not pretty.
We better go. We have reservations.
I hope he's taking you to a cold climate.
Good night. Thanks, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you, Harry. Have fun.
That man is a scuzzball.
So that's it. You're willing to give us the Donatello triplets if we put your new boyfriend in the show.
That's blackmail.
That's show business.
Hi, girls. How's everything going?
Awful. Cat Ferguson canceled. We don't have an MC for the talent show.
We don't even have...
I felt the same way about Haywood Boyle, the star pitcher on our high school baseball team. An amazing athlete. That boy had exceptional control. He was always up for...
Might consider a joint therapy session.
Therapy's a wonderful idea. Oh, I remember St. Olaf's most famous psychotherapists. The Freud brothers, Sigmund and Roy. You may have read their bestseller, If I Have All the Cheese I Want.
Hey, you know, these peas taste just like fresh, but you can't mix them with the mashed potatoes. They should have a tunnel running from the pea compartment to the mashed potato compartment.
Ma, what is Pop talking about? What should you tell me?
All right, all right. It's your 10th anniversary next month. Your father and I to someone.
Oh, not now. I want to sleep. No, Rose, listen. Dorothy's so upset with me, and I don't blame her after all those things I said. I just don't see how I'll ever face her again. Rose, listen, listen. Am I a terrible person?
I don't know. Who are you?
Something else until that 1 second before their accident, and their lives change. Hey, take a look at this guy in the baseball uniform. And I'm still basically that guy.
You certainly do have a nice place here.
Well, I took it because I spent so much time in Miami, and I do hate hotels.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, Dorothy. Maybe you're right. I should try to make this relationship work. Okay, I'm going to go get prettied up, and then I'm going down to the drugstore and get to know more about this man. You know, Bill's likes, Bill's dislikes, Bill's last name.
Ma, Stan gave me an engagement ring.
I see. Excuse me.
Lives without men.
Oh, who?
Well, Inga Lundqvist.
Who was she, some Swedish lesbian?
She was a neighbor of ours.
Not by chance the one who shredded her husband with some farm machinery.
Yes! She never remarried, and she led a very happy rest of
The one who had her nose done. Oops, sorry, Rose.
I don't believe you two kept that secret from me. Rose, why didn't you tell me?
Well, you're always so critical about those kinds of things.
I am not.
I'm sorry.
How much did it cost you?
$700.
Boy, you were gypped.
Working at this age.
I never dreamt I'd be this age.
Let me tell you girls the three most important things I learned about life. Number one, hold fast to your friends. Number two, there's no such thing as security. And number three, don't go see Ishtar.
I suppose sleep. Are you saying that you put this under my bed?
But I was only trying to be helpful. I figured with those terrible bugs, you needed the rest.
Dorothy always looks like that.
Besides, it'll take a lot more than rest to get rid of those babies.
I have to figure out which of the traditional St. Olaf party games to play at Blanche's party.
Party? Is that why you've been sneaking around trying to find out my age? A party? I forbid it.
Blanche, a party is a celebration of life. And it's not just for you, but for your friends who love you.
No.
Oh, stop.
Dorothy, what about our guests? What about our honeymoon in Aruba?
Oh, I'd be too confused. Would I be using your money or my money?
Well, we could check with Marvin.
I don't think so.
But I love you. Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yes.
I'll make you some nice hot milk, and then we're going to pile you into bed.
Rose, you're my friend, so I'm going to let you read a few pages, but you have to give me your word you won't tell anyone. Your word.
Of course, and then will you sleep?
Whatever. I can trust you. I know I can. You're from Minnesota.
Oh, Dorothy, how do you do it day after day, year after year? I feel lost.
Well, I mean, look, you're in a new city, you're poor, you're a single woman, you have no money.
I know.
I mean, you're poor. Now you think of... God, Ma, you didn't tell me he was in a clown suit.
Oh, yeah. Dang, how could you?
Sophia called me at rehearsal. I'll change. I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
Is counsel for the demonstrators present? Here, Your Honor.
Oh, God.
Hold up. The only reason I gave it to you is to hide that wart.
Oh, my God, it can't be. It is! Come, Bessie!
And Angela, that chicken that you cooked the other night, didn't you say you got...
Store calls it chicken chow.
Maledizione!
Oh, Ma, what's wrong now?
Living with Angela the last 3 weeks has been a nightmare. I don't think she's ever gonna leave.
What has she done now?
She used...
Does that mean it's gone?
That means I shouldn't eat asparagus at dinner. That means it's gone.
Let's get out of here, Gladys.
I'll be right there. I just wanted to apologize to you ladies. Leonard has been...
Right in the middle of Uncle Milty.
No. Kate was born on a Friday. Milton Berle was on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, I know. Uncle Milty was your father's pet name for... Never mind.
I was fortunate.
I know a lot of people prefer Sonny Crockett on the show, but me, I'm strictly a Tubbs man.
I've never seen the show.
You've never seen Miami Vice? It's only the best show that's ever been.
Sophia, listen, how about this one? Elderly white male with broken hip seeks elderly white female. I am into massages, bran muffins, and the book Final Exit. Please respond quickly or I'll do it.
You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
Sophia, she's right. 3 palm trees.
$10,000. Oh my God, we just won $10,000.
$10,000.
Oh, I don't believe it.
$10,000 split 4 ways, that's almost $2,000 apiece.
Well, I'm ready for John. Oh, I've waited a long time for this night.
Dorothy, I'm begging you, don't go out with this guy. He hurt you once, he'll hurt you again.
I am not going out with him.
But you said you were going to make him suffer. Don't you have to date a man to do that?
Not this time. No.
It anymore.
You mean you can be too old?
Rodents can be, not humans.
Is that a theory or is that based on personal experience?
Both.
Dr. Parks, there's a lizard out on the lanai that's looking awful peaked lately. I wonder if you'd mind taking a look.
Not at all.
Oh.
They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song. Oh, forget it, Blanche. Please.
Oh, no, the whole experience was too painful.
Please.
We just want to put it out of our minds.
Please.
Hit it, Rose.
Girl body locked together in a frenzy of love.
Who wrote that?
Merrill Kellogg.
Merrill Kellogg? Who's he?
Ask Blanche, it's her letter.
This is from that guy in prison that Blanche has been writing to.
How are you going to explain this open letter?
A clue yet about Blanche versus Rose. And he said, now, Rue, I'd like you to read Blanche, and Betty, I'd like you to read Rose. And she said, oh, okay. And they heard us read. He heard us read. They heard us read. And the next thing I know...
Leaving tomorrow.
Dorothy, move the coffee table. I want to do a cartwheel.
I must return to Czechoslovakia immediately because of something very valuable I learned here.
You finally understood what I was saying in the bookstore.
No. It was story Rose told.
Well, this is not the end, I can promise you that. Justice will be done here. I hate criminals. I just hate them. Someone's going to pay for this heinous crime. We're going to have a good old-fashioned hanging. That's right, a hanging. Only first we'll have a whipping, and then we'll have a hanging.
Dorothy, have you seen my teeth?
They're in your mouth, Ma.
I know that. Don't they look good today? I ran them through the dishwasher.
I wonder where she is. She's almost 2 hours late.
Oh, they probably had traffic. I bet she slept with him.
I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't.
Well, I sure couldn't be with a man I liked and abstain.
You know, I abstained after Stan and I split up. But it wasn't a...
चांदणी जशी तूच रंभा अप्सरा तूच उर्वशी दिसतेस पुनवेची चांदणी जशी तूच रंभा अप्सरा तूच उर्वशी करुण तुझी वाची दैना माझ्या मिठीत का ग तू येईना मैना ग मैना ग मैना या रागूची तूच आहे मैना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
मैना ग मैना ग मैना कधी होणार रागूची मैना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
गुलाब फुला पाहून तुला काळीज हे धडधडत या पिंजरा तोडून वाऱ्यात उडून पाखरू हे फडफडत या
माझी नशिनी आता झाल्यात बिना तुझंच प्रेम नडतया गावठी नखरा शिक सतरा साऱ्याच घोडा अडतया
तुझ्या वाचून जीव माझा घेईना मला समजून का ग तू घेईना
अरे मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
मैना ग मैना ग मैना या रागूची तूच हाय मैना
मैना रे मैना रे मैना नाही होणार तुझी मी मैना
रातभर जागून भागणी लागून येडा पिसा पिसा झालो बेभान तुझ्या गालाची खडी ग गुलाब कडी ही फिरतीच उठवी तुफान मन लागे रे झाला ध्यानात आलं मोरलाच नजरेचा बाण मी तुझी लैला तू माझा मजनू गाऊया फिरवाचं गाणं माझ्या दिलासा करीन आईना त्यात राणी तू सुंदर हैना मैना रे मैना आता झाले मी तुझीच मैना ग मैना ग मैना या रागूची झालीच मैना मैना रे मैना